Is retail here is the question of the day, and what I'll be showing is at least proof that I don't believe that retail, or at least the average person, I think that most people are kind of looking for to represent an exuberant, irrational, and absolutely crazy parabolic upside market, are here as of right now. Other than that, I want to let you know that today is myself and Elsa's seventh anniversary. Holy fucking moly, man. Absolutely crazy. But I should let you know that if you're trying to contact support, probably not going to be too available for today. I apologize, but it's just for this one day. Tomorrow, we'll be back at it like a crack addict, and that means that, I might have to wait just a little bit longer for this one time. Other than that, what else? Yes, last night I was on the Nifty live show with some very powerful people, Mr. Powerful, the powerful and great Pio Vincente, Clemente, Sig, and Easy, and as everyone knows, choose Rich Nick. It was really, really fun conversation. Super cool community over there. So check them out. If you're just looking for a cool podcast, or it's not really a podcast, it's more like a live stream, but just, an interesting sort of conversation going on all things crypto, they've got it, man. They are just super cool. Anyways, other than that, I think it's time to now get into the actual analysis of the day. We'll start off right over here with the proof. The proof is in the YouTube analytics. So I'm going to explain a few things here. This is my lifetime YouTube analytics. We're looking specifically at the views on my channel over the full lifetime of it, which is actually just over 40 million now, which that's crazy. So we just hit the 6-year mark, and it's 40. I mean, that's this is my first time seeing this, by the way. I didn't even realize. Holy shit, man. Anyways, what I wanted to bring up here is that the views on this channel, which I do think is a good, accurate representation of kind of the, the average sort of interest within this market. I do think that this channel in general kind of has a more, high consciousness community, in the sense that, a lot of things that we talk on this channel are not the traditional sort of crypto stuff or price analysis type stuff. We don't really draw lines here. But in this case, still, we do see in the past that there is a great correlation between major market highs and, all-time highs in terms of views on this channel. And so I want to put things in perspective as of right now. In the current times, my channel is getting about the same amount of views on average as what we saw way back on over here. This was in August of 2019. That was when Bitcoin went from 4,000 to 14,000, in a relatively short amount of time. The thing is, though, is that during this time, my channel had somewhere between like 20 to 30,000 subscribers, which right now, my channel has actually just surpassed 190,000 subscribers, which is fucking crazy as well. So there is a strong multiple there, but it is not represented in the views. We would expect these views to be much higher. So, if we're kind of putting that into the overall equation, what that means to me is that there's really not that much interest here. At least as of right now. And I've also spoken with other of my YouTube creator friends, and they're kind of noticing the same things. Yes, their views are up. Yes, things seem to be an uptrend, as you can see right here. The uptrend has begun, apparently. We have some higher highs and higher lows in the last 6 months or so. But it's nowhere near prior all-time highs. I mean, if you look at the all-time highs, which in my channel in terms of views correlates directly with November of 2021, or the prior all-time high, I should say, that was experiencing about 3 times on average the amount of views that the channel is getting as of right now. So, that's a significant difference. In Bitcoin right now it's above those highs. It's above those highs. Currently, as of this video, it's above $70,000. So you would think that is rather exciting, but it seems to me that, the more average person, the person who has maybe not really been in crypto before, or they're just, they're just not that interested. They are not here. They are not here. The person who hits you up and is like, "Hey, dude, I saw that XRP just went up a lot," because they always ask about XRP or Cardano as well. Those seem to be the really popular ones. I don't know why, but those people have not really come. In fact, the only message that I got about cryptocurrency recently was from a friend who was in the market before, not super interested in it, but he just told me that he got hacked from a Coinbase phishing scam, which is actually really awful. I mean, be careful. Do not just anytime that you get communications from any sort of wallet provider, double, triple, quadruple check, because he's a smart dude. He's a smart dude, but they got him. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Anyways, so that's really what I wanted to say about that. So the real question is, what theoretically would get that sort of average person back? I know people like to use the word retail, but realistically, we're all retail, right? I'm retail, you're retail. If you're watching this, unless you're working at like a major hedge fund or a quant firm, or you're in some sort of institutional banking, which actually there are some people in this community who have reached out to me who are, which is cool as hell. You're technically speaking considered retail. Anyways, so yes, what would be the catalyst for getting those sort of people into the markets? I think it really would be, as we spoke about actually last night on the Nifty show, that $100,000 for Bitcoin, that's like the big, round, sexy number that I think a lot of people are throwing around, that a lot of people would really pay attention to, and that would be very impressive on headlines. Bitcoin at $70,000 over here, it really seems like very few people care, which is a good sign for the long-term health, as we go over, alongside many other metrics as well. Again, I'm not saying that Bitcoin can't come down a bit here. I'm not even saying that it can't come back down and retest somewhere around $60,000, maybe a little bit below $60,000, but I do believe that would still be an opportunity. And generally speaking, the long-term trend remains to the upside, and until that starts to change around, just these sort of downside moves are opportunities. And to be fair, from $70,000 down to 60, that's a 15% move. I mean, that's significant, yes, but it's again, in my opinion, that would be an opportunity. Anyways, moving on now. I do want to get into the HPDR bans. I should also let you know that I haven't really been speaking about this, but everything on our Teachable store is for sale, not just Krown Quant automation, which I won't go over today, but the HPDR bands, which we call the HPDR ecosystem now. So it includes all of these indicators here, plus the cones, the predictive function on this, which I'm actually finding more and more uses for as of recent, are on sale with the same code. Anyways, back on track here. Over the weekend, like I said yesterday, this would be a good time for Bitcoin to play a little bit of a short-term pullback. We got somewhat of a pullback yesterday. It wasn't anything like super crazy. Bitcoin trading from like 71,000 down to 69,000 bucks, which is $2,000 range. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really change anything. Still, if we are going to be looking at spot price action, need to see Bitcoin be closing above the 61.8 level, which is 71,000 bucks. Yesterday it tested there, but rejected from there. So, nothing new, basically. Above there, yeah, I suppose I do look for that move to $75,000. Although, as we went over yesterday, I do think that that's unlikely to happen until we get CME opened and trading back up for the new month, actually on Monday, as CME did close above that region, but obviously not trading over this weekend, as it is a holiday period as well. So, it's just going to be a bit of a waiting game. And if Bitcoin wants to play out a short-term pullback over the weekend, this would be the time to do it. Areas of interest to the downside would be about 67,700. If things get really, really, the most obvious one is actually pretty much yesterday's low at 69. Then you got 67,700. And then if things get really, really crazy, I'd be looking somewhere around $65,000. At the end of the day, I'm not really getting any super obvious reads from our HPDRV right here, representing volatility. It's just kind of crossing the 50% percentile level right there. So, I don't really look at this as expansion nor contraction just yet on the index, especially with the rejection at the 61.8. That's my sort of breakout level, typically speaking, both to the upside and the downside. So as long as it's below there, it's still overall range play with the probabilities in between, as you can see right here. Anyways, moving on from there. We can see that daily stochastic momentum is going to continue to the upside, but is starting to get back up to that critical zone. Usually when I see a read like this, it actually does get rejected around this region, turns down, and then, if you're going to see across the upside, you see it kind of flip around somewhere at the edge of the bullish control zone. But for right now, remains the upside as long as Bitcoin's above 67,700. I do think that Bitcoin probably maintains that for today, but, coming into tomorrow, we'll revisit this one, and I imagine this number is going to go up, and that's going to probably be a good place for it to have a potential cross to the downside, playing out, a little bit of a short-term pullback. Again, my thoughts on that are it's likely an opportunity wherever Bitcoin kind of lands on that one. Anyways, other than that, I don't really have too much else to be speaking about on a, what's probably going to be a slow weekend. It's a holiday weekend. It's more or less a slow week as well, with Bitcoin ranging here. So, sideways overall is going to favor the BULAs. Generally, as long as Bitcoin's especially above $60,000 or even, I would say $59,000, this is a range setting up for continuation to the upside, probably in April, as we've gone over with April statistics. Bitcoin in election years has always gone up in April. Not like a super strong amount, but has always gone up. And in the second quarter, more importantly, of election years, it's actually gone up a pretty decent margin on average, returning about 40-ish%, I believe. So we'll go over that when the time does come. Anyways, that's going to do it for me today. Again, just a quick reminder, it is our anniversary today, so we're not going to be like super available on the computers. So I do apologize for trying to reach out. Please just wait one day, and it just is what it is for this time. What else should I say? I think I'll save that announcement for later. But English people of London, there's something maybe coming for you soon, which we'll see, because I see that there's actually a lot of English people on this channel, which is fucking cool, because my dad was actually born in London. He's English, which means I'm English, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, that's... Okay, all right. Elsa has a very special message from Elsa Simp.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care and much love.